I've been walking along this riverbank for a little bit, kind of scouting possible scenes that I want to shoot. There's a lot around here that would make for great photography. It's more a challenge of just isolating something that would make a good composition. I'm not going to pretend like this is my first time here. I come here to shoot all the time. One of the big reasons we're out here today is because I have kind of a new camera setup. So I have a new still camera. I got myself a Nikon Z7 Mark II, which I'm very, very excited about. That's been a dream camera for a long time. And then what that means is that my Fujifilm XT3 has been given the task of becoming my video camera, which is the camera that I've shot with for a long time, shot photography with for a long time, and it's a fantastic camera. I'm happy to still have it, but it's just taken on a new role. So that's kind of the purpose of this video, is to get out of here, is to try out some new gear, hopefully make some beautiful images, and just enjoy being out here in this wonderful landscape. It's a beautiful environment, and I'm happy to be out today. So that's it. Hopefully you will enjoy this video as you come with me as we just kind of get lost at, well, hopefully not get lost, but as we explore around out here and hopefully find some excellent compositions. So I found what I think would be a really interesting image. This tree back behind me on the far side of the river here. Well, I should say it's a group of trees. I think it's a red alder. I'm trying to learn trees. I'm trying to learn what trees are what here in the Pacific Northwest, because I always say like, oh, that's a cool looking, like here, I'm taking a picture of this neat tree, and it's like, it'd be kind of cool to know what it is, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do now. I think that's a red alder. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to try to take a photo of this, but I'm trying to figure out where I want to be to do that. Okay guys, well, just to give you a quick little preview to what I'm thinking here, you can see, hopefully, you can see how I have this image framed up. So we have those, these three, I think it's three, maybe four, red alders framed up just off to the left side of this composition. We have a little bit of the water in the foreground, but I don't know if I'm going to keep that in the final image. It's a little, I think it's a little bit distracting, and there's not a lot of, there's no element that really interested me there that I want to keep. But anyways, just wanted to kind of show you guys what we're doing here, or what I'm thinking. So I have this framed up in a portrait orientation. Just because the trees, the top of that one tree in the back is so tall, I wanted to make sure it was all included. So, oh, I forgot that takes a picture. I'm still learning how to use this camera. All right, anyways, so we're on f13, 1/3 of a second, and ISO 100. So I'm going to zoom in on this trunk and just make sure that we're tack sharp, which it looks like we are, okay. And then I have a timer set on this camera, so I'll be able to press the shutter release, and then 2 seconds later, it'll actually take the image. So here we go. That's crazy. That's 3 giant trees that all came down at the same time. There's 1, 2, 3. Can you imagine how much energy is generated by that thing? By all these trees falling at the same time? That's awesome. After we had coffee, I hiked along that trail a little more until I got to another little beach, and I was looking out and I saw across the river there's a beautiful little stream and waterfall that's emptying into the river. So I'd like to make an image of it, but first I need to get over to an area that I can see it. Damn it. Literally bleeding for this picture. Hope it's good. I think we have the makings of a really cool image here. This scene is so cool and so classic of the Pacific Northwest. There's this beautiful little stream running out of the mountains and these beautiful bare trees on either side. I still think those are red alders. I'll put a correction in there if I'm wrong. Running into the river, the stream running into the river, and it's just perfect. It's beautiful. It's like a fairy tale scene. I would say I'm trying to figure out how to compose it, but to be honest, I'm just trying to figure out how to frame it, which I guess is kind of the same thing. There's not a lot of like, I don't have like a ton of room to move here. I can kind of go further down the beach a little bit, but I like the idea of having this zigzagging stream kind of straight on. But we'll see. I'll play with it. So I'm just gonna get my camera on the tripod and start to mess around with the framing and see what I want to include and exclude and go from there. There's a rock in the river that's kind of in the foreground that I like a lot. I'm not sure if it's going to work as an element to this composition, but I'm going to try a couple of shots with it in there and then a couple of them without. I've put a 3-stop ND filter and circular polarizer on the lens, and that's to slow down the shutter speed so I can capture some of that motion in the water. And then also just to take a little bit of the glare off of the water from the river without taking too much off the highlights in the trees, because I do kind of like that. It's very wet out here today, and the clouds are, the cloud cover kind of acts like this big diffuse softbox that just puts, like, blankets everything in this soft kind of cool light. And I want to keep that. I don't want to take it all away. So kind of middle ground as far as the polarizer. And just to talk you through the settings real fast, we're exposing this for 13 seconds. I'm at f8 and ISO 100. So I'm going to get to work on that and creating all these images, and you'll see the final result on screen, and I hope you like it. This photo represents what I love the most about wilderness and landscape photography, because it took a lot of effort to create. That said, I'm not really that happy with the finished product. The whole scene feels kind of distracted and disjointed. None of the elements really flow together that well. The rock in the foreground seems kind of out of place, and the stream, which was the element I was most interested in from the start, just feels very small and insubstantial. But I'd be really interested to know what you guys think, so please let me know. So how cool is this? There's this huge, giant stump of what I imagined was an enormous tree in its day. And then
there's these new smaller trees growing out of it. Look at that one up on the left. How cool is that? There's like it just grew like hanging over nothing. That's so cool. I love it, man. Forests are awesome.
All right, everybody, I think that's about it for me today. We've been out here for 4 or 5 hours, I think, something like that, which isn't a super long day, but definitely long enough to go see some pretty amazing scenes out here in the forests of the Pacific Northwest. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming along with me today. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go get some lunch and probably get home. So until next time, take care.